It's alive. It's alive.
Yeah, it's alive.
So cool.
Sony, look at this quick. Lawsons On Purpose.
If you like our content, please subscribe to Patreon and help us out. And this is Kim's first time seeing this picture.
What in the world?
I don't know. You're just hiding from something, probably the kids.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Said be quiet.
So I am going to do the dishes because it is my turn. Next it will be Link's turn, then Jonesy's, and then mine again. So we better get started.
All right, so cleaning the kitchen with your brothers, what's that like?
Very annoying.
Well, I mean, but you clean the kitchen almost every night, though. Is that all there is to it? What else is going on with the cleaning the kitchen?
We have to wipe down the counters. We argue over that a lot.
Oh, well, are the counters the hard part?
No,
Oh, okay.
getting through it is. Me and Link have just finished pretty much doing the plates, the knives, the spoons,
The kitchen.
the forks. You just got some drippings on me. How
I
dare
know,
you?
Keep dripping.
Sorry about that. That was annoying, Jonesy.
That's what I got. You never get a break.
But Asher John, stop it! But we have very little space, and we're gonna try to fit all of it in the living space.
So this is a really big part for you guys to work as part of the family. What do you think about that?
It's hard
Oh, yeah? I mean, why is it hard?
because we fight a lot.
So it'd be easier if y'all would work together as a team.
No,
Oh, because you want to fight.
it's fun. We are almost done. Jonesy, no, I think it was Link. We're brothers. They dumped out the Instant Pot, and my mom burnt the chicken. Like that, boy. She put the fork. We are almost done.
Are you good?
Okay, I'll do my joke after this, okay? The soap we use for the dishwasher is this.
Bubba.
What?
Well, you're a sissy, so if you're a sissy,
I'm a
then
sissy
what's the-
grass. How dare you? I'm not very easily insulted.
Now, you do know that your mother and I are very appreciative for all the hard work that y'all do, right?
I guess.
You guess. Well, we do. We really appreciate it a lot.
So how are you today? How was it?
We are now finished.
Almost finished. I still got to keep the sun.
We're pretty much finished. So, after that, we just get ready for bed.
We watch your YouTube stuff down.
Such an idiots and cars. We watch YouTube channel called Idiots and Cars.
You deserved it.
Aw, yeah. Remember back in February or March or
April.
early in 2021, the door fell off. Now, this was before the engine fell apart. So now I do have the replacement part, and we're going to actually fix this very, very minimal problem and at least get this back together. Now, this project was delayed by quite a bit because, of course, we had the car problem with the engine and having to change out the cylinder. A link to that video is in the description below, but thankfully, we were able to finally get back to it later in the summer. So this is the part that came off, and you can see these are the parts that are busted, and this is the new part. You can see the wheel on it, and that's what deteriorates over time. Very cheap part. I think it was less than 10 bucks, but since I didn't do it in time, I lost a $400 engine. So now we're gonna put this on here and go on. As you can see here, this is not that difficult of a item to switch out. It takes about a hammer, maybe a pair of pliers or wrench or something to kind of get the piece put back together and ultimately back onto the machine properly. Machine, or well, car in this situation, I should say.
This is a really simple fix on a van that could potentially save you hundreds of dollars if you catch it before it's a problem. Now, you'll see it being a problem when the door kind of shutters when it's closing. And this type of piece here, it takes 10 bucks to fix. The engine is $400 if you're going to not do it yourself or something like that. Definitely check it out. I'm going to go ahead and get the other door taken care of as well, so that this car is good to go.
It's a popsicle? Mm-hmm. What color is it?
Pink.
It's not pink. Try again.
Red.
It's not red. You say purple?
Red.
Purple.
Purple.
There you go.
Project has just kind of almost literally landed on our doorstep. Our next door neighbor had a tree limb fall in his yard, and so instead of just getting rid of the tree limb, he decided to take down 2 entire trees. And when they were cutting the trees down, I just asked, could we have some? And they said, well, you can have whatever we leave. They left the majority of the 2 trees, so we're going to try to. I've never done anything like this, but we've got a chainsaw. I've got 2 boys here, and we're going to see about trying to help our neighbor. Try to help our neighbor get his yard cleaned up. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Do we know what we're doing yet?
Well, I'm not quite ready. I know what I'm
You
doing.
need another pot in the glove. Okay.
Now, with a lot of different projects that you see here on Lawsons On Purpose, this is the first time that I've ever used a chainsaw. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how this thing works without, I'm fearfully afraid here because, again, not knowing how to use these things. And, of course, we've all seen the horror flicks, or we know of the horror flicks about chainsaws. And I've heard about plenty of the instances. So I'm trying to really be safe about this and working short or small spurts at a time. This was a much bigger project than I was anticipating. When they were first cutting the trees down, I was anticipating that they might leave me a couple of branches, but they left a lot of wood. I mean, way more than I was anticipating. And that second tree you can see in the background, it's pretty big. It's a lot bigger than this chainsaw. I went ahead and I decided to go with an Echo chainsaw, and it is doing very well. I feel like if I try to get something that could handle the project here. All right, boys. While we're picking up all these pieces of wood stuff, what's going on through your mind? Was it pretty fun stuff?
Yeah, it was. And I like moving the wood a lot, but it hurts my back a little, and it's also really fun.
Yeah, it is kind of pretty fun. I mean, we get to ride in the tractor like this and picking up all the different pieces, and it's a pretty good workout, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And what about, hopefully we'll be able to have some good fires with the firewood, and maybe even make some things with the fire. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might be good.
Might be good. Yeah, we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens with the fire.
Do this. Do it. Do it. Felicity.
This is one that I'm not really quite sure how it's going to finish, but we need to build like a wall in the theater for a number of reasons, to keep the electronics separated from the kids, and also to move
one of my vintage collections into a safer area to free up space in another part of the house. But I'm not really quite sure exactly how this will turn out. So basically I'm going to build a display, and it's going to have like a small wall in the front of it, and we'll see how it turns out. It's a little confusing.
All right, so with this concept here, I mean, the whole thing's about me and my toys. What are your thoughts about the idea that I've got so many toys around?
Well, it's like I tell the kids, mom is for business and dad is for fun.
Okay, if you say so. I mean, now here I'm using a couple of bed frames that I built in the past for some lofts that we no longer need anymore. Kim thought they were a little bit too deep, and I kind of agreed that, so I had to cut down one whole bed frame and to the proper size. But getting back to the whole toy thing, I mean, this is becoming kind of a really bizarre project, which is really focused around my vintage toys.
Well, and your love for large screen TVs.
And large screen TVs and media. I mean, that's all kind of the whole same thing. But what's it like to be the wife of a vintage toy collector?
It's interesting. I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know. I think that might kind of answer the question.
I love being married to you. Honest, obviously.
Yeah, I just had one of those moments. One of my favorite tools. This is a drill bit on one side and a screw on the other, and it just broke. Not fun.
So you were saying?
Yeah. So it can be a challenge with all the. It feels like there's clutter everywhere.
Yeah,
that has to
I'm
do
a
with
tinker
with your collections and things and stuff, and But I mean, if it were if you weren't here, it would not be nearly as fun, and it would probably feel more like a hospital. So
yeah, and we are. That's the whole point of this. Is that
balance
I am trying
each
to
other out.
I am trying to make fun. I am trying to keep some fun here. And it is kind of an experience because, this does remind me of my childhood, or at least I'm trying to, keep a lot of this going on, and I think the kids seem to enjoy it as well.
I think it's part of the fun for you is passing on your passions to the kids.
Yeah, and there is an aspect to that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, because this was stuff that I dreamed about as a child, and I'm glad to have it here for my kids, and my boys are able to look at this massive flagship that was from my era. And it's just kind of good to keep that childhood focus attached, because there's so much craziness in the world. Who needs it? The craziness it is.
Never grow up. It's optional.
There we go.